On this episode of Chronicles of the Whip, I interviewed DJ Steady from the world famous Who Dey Want Podcast. Me and Rich basically asked him some questions about how he got started with his podcast. You know what I'm saying? He asked me about my podcast a little bit. Then we went into a little small talk, I forgot the conversation, but it was good. It was a very interesting podcast. You know what I'm saying? I just want to thank DJ Steady for showing up from the Who Dey Want Podcast. You know what I'm saying? And I went on his show the next day, and we did an interview. So it was cool. It was cool. So what I'm saying? Sit back and enjoy the episode. And if you want to, check out DJ Steady and the Who Dey Want Podcast.
How's it going? It's Rich.
What's going on, Rich?
All right. So we ready? Yeah, we ready. Okay, so we're on Chronicles of the Whip, you know what I'm saying? We're introducing Stedman, you know what I'm saying? So Stedman, you've been podcasting for how long you been podcasting?
I have been in the game for 2 years strong.
Oh, we the same, huh? Dang, we the same age out here. Oh, that's tight. I feel that, you know what I'm saying? I feel that. Like I told you previously, I listened to a couple of your episodes, you know what I'm saying? I want to be a fan favorite, you know what I'm saying? When I come on your show tomorrow, I appreciate the invitation and everything
Absolutely.
Like that. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm part of the Chronicles of the Whip. I'm Rich. I've known Charlie for about 7 years now. 7 years. We've been going along from day one, you know what I'm saying? But we're a little edgy in the podcast, but, I try to bring the, I don't know, the level-headedness to the.
Nah. You always gotta have that one, that one in the middle. I got it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not him. I don't care what the fuck he's saying. Go with that bullshit. I don't give a fuck about what he's saying. That's all cap. That's all cap. I'm a little abrasive. I'm a little abrasive on some things, on some issues, but I always try to, like to know what I'm talking about. Try to get to the heart of the matter. We always want to lead the people with something that they can take home with them.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. So, what made you start podcasting?
What made me start? It's always been a passion of mine. It's one of those things that you see and don't see at the same time. Growing up as a fan of radio shows like D.L. Hughley and Joe Bullard and so forth, it just was like, man, you grow up and be like, I want to be that one day. So I just developed this character, this DJ Steady, and was like, I got into the music life. I wanted to be a hip-hop star and all that thing came. But then I just was like, man, you get bored because you start to age. And I'm like, you don't want to become an old man and you're not making that money that you thought you was going to get just because your rhymes are good. Don't mean the contract hates you immediately. So long story short, it just became like, man, I get to infuse everything I love into a talk show and be what I see on TV.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So did you ever think your podcast would get to where it is now when you first started?
Honestly, no. I gambled with literally it was a gamble at first thought because I didn't really have a planned direction at the time. It was just me and my friends getting together. We put a topic on the table and you just be like, all right, let's talk about these specific issues, put our opinions on them, and then we leave out. And then everybody kind of went their separate ways, respectfully. And it was just like, all right, what are you going to do now? Because, a fire just lit in me. It was like, I got to keep going. I got used to having an audience with people picking up. And once, at the time, when I was, really rocking with Anchor, it became a really huge thing for me. And that just took off from there.
Well, that sounds like something that we would, that sounds like kind of similar to our stories because we started on Anchor. Well, Charlie brought it to me first, and he was like, yo, we could do this, because we used to just sit around and, talk a lot of shit, but we was like, oh, we could definitely make something of it. It was a good dynamic. And then we started seeing our first, I think, 1,000 views? 1,000 views on Anchor. We was like, damn, we might really have something. And then people
right that just opens the door for I think I want to keep going.
Absolutely Well, what would you say your direction is and you're how do you come up with your topics? How do you come up with your direction? Is it off the cuff, or do you quarterback a game plan before you go in?
It's game plan. It's definitely game plan. It's based on trending topics, current events, and a lot of show bookings. When you get a certain guest and you get a feel for their energy, you kind of highlight the show to go around their area and just, max it out. Like, I'm about energy reader, right? So we'll start off with that 15 minutes and give you like the current events of the day, and then we'll goof off and, talk about something personal from each of our lives. And then looking at the guests in the green room, I'll be like, all right, once I see their energy kind of perk up, it's like, all right, let's bring them in now while the laughs are strong, and you got them in the comfortable zone, and then you just wing it.
Okay.
I feel it. Well, like I was telling you when I previously talked to you, I tried to have a game plan, because, like Rich said, me and, him and the other folks that be on there, they be, we always hung out, you know what I'm saying? And we always drink and smoke and, sit back and, talk or whatever. But, I started podcasting or whatever. But anyway, I tried to come in with a game plan, and that shit did not fucking work at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that motherfuckers couldn't stay on the topic for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's a nigga gene, or I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But that was what was happening, right? So I said, fuck that. So I used to just get in the car and I don't say shit. I just hit the button and niggas don't even know that they even on. You know what I'm saying? And then the real shit start hitting the fan, right? So, but, I don't put everything on there that I record, you know what I'm saying? I don't put everything. Right. Like, if it's way too personal or gonna make a motherfucker look too bad, you know what I'm saying? But I run everything through with them before I put it on. They the one gave me the consent, but, it's just better if we just do it like that, because, people know that the camera's not on per se, and they don't have to, do extra or nothing. They can just be 100% themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, so I got all kind of episodes from, like, Are You a Shooter? You know what I'm saying? When my partner thought he was some super gang banger, you know what I'm saying? And he had to get his rights read to him. I mean,
we go into all different types of topics. Like, the topics that we have, like, what was the one? We have one that says, like, about reparations. We got one about
freedom papers.
Papers.
Yeah, I asked him, has he ever seen any slave paperwork in his family? You know what I'm saying? From like actual slave, like, being freed and shit, you know what I'm saying? And we was arguing back and forth about it. I mean, actually, it just be funny. Like, I just go back and listen to it, and I make everything up on the spot. You know what I'm saying? And just put all that shit in there. I make everything up, put the pictures on there.
And we got a lot of followers, like loyal followers, a few that are closer, and they wait for the new episode, and they say, and we have some of them call in to us, they be like, I usually get the one, they be like, I want to talk to you because, saying the shit you said on here was a little out of pocket, or, just anything, for the interactions. And we take, it's a good thing, but we've also said some things. We talk about relationships, a lot of relationship stuff.
No, he lying. We talk about personal relationships, like
that's
you getting cheated on by your chick in your face, like shit like that. Like, don't sugarcoat it.
I mean, well, that's part of relationships.
I'm saying, I always thought the show was a little too vicious, but I mean,
people like it.
They like the drama. Actually, they like to just hear motherfuckers argue. Actually, that's all they want to hear.
Ratings. It became a ratings booth, right?
Yeah.
That becomes something.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do what I'm trying to do, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what we have is a little, like, for as far as the polish, because we listen to your podcast, it's a level of polish that you have that we wanted to try to incorporate, like, staying on from the topics position, but we a little bit rawer. I would say a little bit more on the raw side. Because of course, sometimes we drinking and things of that nature, but it's never to the point where, like, we try to keep it non-violent. I mean, to a certain extent, the threat of a fight has always happened, but there hasn't been, calmer heads have prevailed. But, it's always, I mean, if you come check them out, some of our episodes, it get pretty real. They be like, is they gonna fight? The people ask that question to us all the time, is they gonna fight? What's going on? But that's just how it is. I think it's a little, we give a little mix of everything. A little mix of everything.
That's dope. I like that energy.
Yeah.
So where you in Florida, right? So you originally from Florida?
Yep, born and raised in the Sunshine State. That's me. Born here, probably gonna end up dying here.
You in Dade County or something?
Nah, I ain't in Bible.
Okay.
North Florida section.
North Florida, closer to like Fort Lauderdale or closer to the border?
Yeah, I'm like in between. I'm like right next to the door to Tallahassee, the capital.
Okay, Tallahassee.
And then, straight shot to all those other places.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I got a few family members in Fort Lauderdale and Dade County, Miami. And a little bit in Orlando too.
Yeah, my people migrated like that too. Like they all over Florida for real.
Mm-hmm. How y'all doing down there with that hurricane?
North Florida section is blessed to honestly say, like, it dodged us. Like, it just came through, did its thing in the South area. My prayers go out to those people. But like North area, we was like on the verge of bracing for the impact. Like any day now, it's gonna hit us. And then you get the report and like, oh, it done hit the water and went up to North Carolina way. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, cool. But we waiting for a big one here, earthquake.
What? Who waiting? What the fuck is you talking about?
Waiting.
No, nigga. What? No, you waiting by yourself, nigga. What the fuck kind of shit is?
That's not something we wait.
That's what the fuck I'm saying. This nigga loaded.
I'm waiting for it.
What?
Yeah, because I
wait on your side of the city with that shit. Okay?
First of all, who plans an earthquake now?
That's what I'm saying. What's wrong with this nigga?
I'm playing for a reaction to an earthquake.
Man,
this is California. This is California. We in an economic earthquake.
Bro, this nigga,
we in an economic earthquake, okay?
This nigga is disrespectful.
Look, it's been about 20 years, man.
You waiting on a quake, nigga?
Yeah. What? Because it's supposed to hit.
Bro, go on with that, bro. Mind me not to be next to you no more. This nigga right here gonna get struck down.
Be next to me. I got water and canned goods, my friend.
You see what I got to deal with on the show? This nigga. You see what kind of shit this nigga saying?
I want to know, why does that become an essential? Like, let's go grab canned goods or water. Like, that's survival 101.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do better.
Oh yeah, we got to be more prepared. Well, make sure your insurance paid up.
Right, let's do that, right? That's in there. But that's more of a survival tactic.
Oh yeah.
Worry about who got the last case of Aquafina or Dasani or whatever.
Fighting over tissue again. Oh my god, man.
Oh my god, it was hell here.
You heard motherfucker made $100,000 off tissue in the pandemic? Was that true?
You hear me?
What the fuck?
Can go get every roll of tissue off the shelf.
Yeah, they made $200,000 off for the hand sanitizer.
Niggas was really selling that for $30 or $40 a pop. It was selling out like that.
Let's be honest, right? A lot of these have become a good market scheme, like black market scheme. Like, we're gonna hit these people with an uncontrollable virus, and then we're gonna make sure they pay every dime for like unnecessary stuff that they probably won't need in the long run.
And one of my biggest issue is, why is it in every black community they giving away the shots, but they won't? Like, I went to Walnut Creek and I seen maybe 2 distributions, which Walnut Creek is like a white area, and I seen like 2 distribution centers, and it's one in every church in West Oakland. In Oakland, where we at right now, it was one at every church, every park, every community center, and I'm like, this don't make no kind of sense. And then the people that got the shot still got sick. We knew people that was getting sick after they got the shot. They were sick before it, got the shot to prevent them to get sick again. They got sick again. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. This is wildness. But the housing crisis is really bad for us here. It is outrageous. If you ain't like government assisted, I pay full price rent, and it is a struggle every month.
And I watch him pay from the distance.
And he watch me pay from the distance.
I don't deal with that shit.
Yeah, because it is like, we got 10 cities, we got 10 communities, we got whole community people, like 1,000 people living just on the sidewalk.
So let me ask you a question, Stammen. So you podcast full time right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tight, man. Damn, I'm trying to get there. What the fuck? Hey, man, you got any tips on how I can get full time so I can stop fucking, fighting dope fiends on the corner at my security job? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be safe.
Hey, man, the same way you'll get up and go do a 9 to 5, the same way, like, I look at podcasts. Like, most people go put on a suit and tie, and go work blue collar jobs. I put on a t-shirt and some ballers and sit in front of my computer and be like, all right, who am I going to interview today?
Yeah.
I feel it, man.
I feel that. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm looking more like a supplemental income because the government got me bent over a barrel. For the next 25.
My dream was to be a stay-at-home father. That's what I was trying to do, you know what I'm saying? But that shit ain't working out for a nigga, you know what I'm saying? These bitches is tripping. Sorry, I ain't mean to say bitch, but you know, the women, they tripping. You know, they out here, I don't know. They must be on that new dope that the dope fiends on. I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to be a stay-at-home father. I have no kids. It was my dream, but now I'm able to podcast now, so, I have to go for another dream. One day I will be able to stay home and play PlayStation all day and watch kids, make noodles, That is the life of the retirement life I wanted my whole life. I was trying to retire at 25, but it didn't work out.
Nope, not gonna do it.
No, but...
What do you think? Hold on, what do you think about that? Men being stay-at-home fathers, Just, women get pregnant, man, stay home with the baby and she go work. You think that's cool or what?
They still gonna get child neglect cases because let's be real with them.
I mean,
5 and 2K, whatever version of 2K developed, you can be in the house and neglectful.
It'll be clean. I clean the house, wash the dishes, got dinner,
when you get off the game, you don't want to be disturbed. For nothing.
No, but I can be on the game, like playing, so I can get in tournaments to make money for the house. You can do that though. I can be a professional gamer from the house though.
Oh Lord.
We're watching the kids. She can go be CEO of 7-Eleven or whatever.
7-Eleven.
I'm supportive.
Well, I'm more traditional. I can't do it. I can't do it. I have to have, because I be damned. So you gonna go ask for that 2K game?
Yeah. I need an allowance though. I'm gonna need some kind of allowance though. Right?
I guess so, man.
But that's the dream of these competitive gamers, right?
Yeah, that's right.
It became a sport.
See what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Big money in it now.
Oh, shit.
See, Stan, that's why I fuck with you. I'm glad you on this show, man, because I can't get this nigga to agree with nothing.
No.
That's right.
Man.
You can get a scholarship doing that.
I'm just a traditional man.
I can get a scholarship at my age.
Man, look. I don't know nothing about this.
You really have a whole league for this game.
I don't know nothing about this new age shit, man. I know about calluses and you know what I'm saying? I know about calluses on my hands, man. I don't know, man. I get my meals prepared, man, by soft hands. I don't know, man. I mean,
I'm trying to work hard.
For me, I mean, for me, I wish that I had that kind of foresight, but I was raised by a 2-parent household by both of my parents, and both of my dad worked and my mom stayed home, so it was just that. That's what I'm looking for, but I can't find that shit.
Oh no, that's gone. That era died when
That's what I'm talking about, man. You know what you're talking about.
Well, I guess I'm gonna be the last man standing. You know what I'm saying? The last traditional one standing. Because this right here today.
You can blame Love and Hip Hop. You can blame whatever Jay-Z they got going on.
I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is, and I just I've been banging my head up, and my child's mother, I got a 6-year-old, and I left my child's mother when she was 1, and let me tell you, when she said, I want to know what the grass is like greener on the other side, I wasted my 20s with you. I was like, what the fuck? I wasted my 20s with you. I said, then I got hit with the child support. I was like, oh no, I'm paying for my freedom. Fuck this. I'm out. I can't do this. And what I'm saying? It's been bad relationship after bad relationship. Mental health issues and fucking homeless issues and shit. I don't even know. extra kids, don't know about issues, and damn, like
somebody get this man a hug.
I know, damn. I just want a good woman. I can't find one.
I'm done with that shit. He looking for. I ain't doing that. He on his own with that. Looking for. Right now it's sister wives or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that
right,
shit.
That's the reality.
See, because you know why, and I'm glad you feel me, because I didn't did that one-on-one relationship shit, and I didn't been married and been drugged through the mud. You know what I'm saying? Even with the whole marriage thing, and I did everything for her. Now I tell every chick, like right now I got this chick trying to force me into a relationship, and I keep telling her I'm a damaged man. You know what I'm saying? I can't commit to one woman. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? I tried that. I'm learning from my mistakes. When a snake bites you one time, you don't go back in the same direction. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So, sister wives or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to be happy with that.
Yeah.
Right. And the Will and Jada term for this would be called you're into entanglement.
No, this is the funniest part. An entanglement is a one-sided thing.
Nah. I ain't doing no entanglement. I'm on tour. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on. I'm on tour. I got shows every weekend, you know what I'm saying, in different cities every weekend. You know what I'm saying? Personal performances. You know what I'm saying? You can come see me perform if you want.
Yeah,
love it.
I'm on tour. You know
it's just keeping it. I like it. Like it's cold because like I feel like most us two in our relationship status is we're honest up front with the chicks, but then like they kind of be like, we don't want you to be honest. It would just tell me a lie. Like I had a chick ask me to tell her a lie to make her feel better. I said what? I said okay, all right. You look good. You look good in that blue dress you had.
They become limitless once you give me the opportunity to present it to your face directly.
It's just cold. It's just it's like I'm like damn. I'm like what I'm saying, like it's feelings over everything these days. Like damn, ain't no logic in this. Like.
None.
But hey, you know what? We give them what they say. Give the people what they want.
I'm trying to do that right now. I got this one chick I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? She said she don't care if I fuck other bitches. I'm like, all right, cool. She said she don't want to fuck nobody else. Now she tripping. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes she be like, you know what? It's cool. I was just tripping. I didn't mean what I said. You know what I'm saying? You can go fuck other bitches. I don't want my walls beat up in like that every day or whatever. So. I'm going on dates, I keep it up front with her. I tell her, hey, I'm about to go on a date with this bitch over here. I'll be like, you know what? I'm a solid nigga. I'll be like, hey, you want something to eat? We going to this restaurant. I'll bring you something back. You know what I'm saying? Like a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with that?
Kevin Gates have changed the narrative now. Like,
change the narrative.
Put everything on the table.
I'm going, straight. I put everything on the table. Look, man, I got these bitches. You know what I'm saying? I ain't I don't care about them like that. I'm fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just in it to get some money. I got money from this one bitch and went back with her and had a nice time. She know what was up. I told her. But what?
With me, it's like they seek me out from a distance. Shit, I got like 3 or 4 of them that's at least 100 miles away. And they come to me. They be like, why don't you ever want to come see me? I said, look, baby, I am a working man. That means that if you ain't working with me, it ain't gonna work out. So, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Don't come in between my baby and my business, and we fine. But it's
there just... right? We got the law of separation there.
Yeah. But then, man, let me tell you something. I had this woman tell me that she'll move away from her kids. She got a couple of kids. She said she'll move away from her kids if I'm willing to move away from mine. I said, what the fuck is this? I said, are you serious? This coming from a woman with a good job and some money. No.
Why not?
Because that's crazy talk. Isn't it? Yes.
Right.
Maybe be your true love, bro.
True. Biological dad, but a great stepfather.
Nah, man. He's supposed to take the leap.
No, man. Look, I already took the leap, and that leap ended up in a fucking restraining order.
Jump off the cliff and free fall, blood.
Nah, man.
It's good.
We ain't at church camp. We ain't free falling.
She wants you, blood.
We not doing that.
She wants you.
We not doing that, man. I can't take the risk. She asked me why I can't introduce her to my child. I said I can't take the risk of this not working out and my baby asking me. My baby still asking me about 2 other relationships, like where they at. I said they moved. One, I said move. The other one, my daughter, I said she was sick. And she said, did she die?
That's fucked up, but you out of line.
Man, what you want me to tell her? She's sick. She can't understand what adult relationships is going on. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm supposed to tell her she bipolar. She went off her medication, and then she, went schizophrenic on them.
Came in on you in the middle of the night with the knife.
Came in on me with the knife. She kicked my fucking dough in.
Right. You don't need to
I had to, like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, it's so much. I don't think it's men that have changed. I think it's with the sexual liberation movement of women. It's like giving them no basis. They used to be able to, from my experience, from my observation, they used to be able to fall back on that, that woman loins. But it's like they just out here acting like men and they can't handle it. They really just can't handle it.
There's no holds barred. We done gave too much of the game away. Now they know how to work the game for themselves. And it's like, I can do it too. If you can do it, I'm going to do it.
That's
but
fine with me.
But see, this is the problem. I don't cry in the mirror after I do my game. Cause no, I walked in, I was in, I left a chick in my house, I had to go to work, come back and everything. And she was literally crying in the mirror when I came in, talking about she doesn't know where her life is going. And I'm like, what the fuck? I said, she said, I just want to be held and I want to be loved. And I said, shit, that's what we did last night.
What changed in the course of 8 hours?
Yeah. I was like, damn. I was like, you unstable. I said,
you gotta leave them alone. Them the crazy ones.
And it's all of them.
That's the ones I like, man. I fuck with the crazy ones, bro.
Crazier the better for Charlie.
Yeah.
Shit, she gotta have a record.
Yeah.
She gotta have an unstable living situation.
I just hit a bitch up in the pen. I just found one. I sucked one out. I'm trying something new. You know what I'm saying?
She has a wonderful penmanship.
I like to expand my horizons.
She's wonderful penmanship. She's a nice lady.
I don't know about that.
I mean,
I think she ain't for burning some shit down though. But it's all good. She can come by the house.
As long as it ain't his shit.
I ain't tripping. She can come by the house. She can start a campfire in the back or something. She like the bird shit. I set it up for her.
We gonna have some s'mores, man.
You said hook her
We're
up.
here for you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's crazy, man. It's just and especially in the ages that we in, I'm in, about to be in my mid-30s, 34. Charlie, what, you 36 now?
Hey, man, check this out. Why are you calling out my age,
I'm just giving it.
We don't need you calling out my age, though, bro.
Right. What did you ashamed?
I ain't ashamed, but I'm just saying, though. I don't need you just,
I didn't know it was a secret,
yeah,
blood. You know what I'm saying? You look good for your age.
I'm still trying to get some young pussy, blood.
It doesn't matter.
Huh? What'd you say? What'd you say, Stephen?
Pre-middle age, it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I still want to get some young pussy.
Hey, man, we on the uphill. We on the up. We ain't quite reached the peak yet. We hoping that the podcast gonna get us there to the peak. So
It will.
yeah, that's what we do. We just want to stop working. not start working for somebody else. That was always my dream, is to sign my own checks. I didn't know how, I didn't know when, but I just want to be able to be in control of my own money instead of having to wait on a check. It's depressing. It's it's draining.
Beauty of entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah.
I got something in my, I will quit my 9 to 5 and they'll be like, what? I'm gonna invest in me. I'm gonna take my last little bit of pension and start a business.
And that's
There's
what
nothing wrong with it.
And that's what I be threatening. Sometimes I be threatening my job. They be like, oh, you don't want to lose this job and you don't want to get fired. I said, please do. I said, let me be what I'm supposed to be. I said, I be like, look, I go in there every day with I don't give a fuck, because I'm like, I got $130,000 in all of the money that they gonna owe me. Like $105,000 after taxes, and I'm gonna tell you,
enough to get a business off the ground for sure.
Hell yeah, but I don't want them to. If I get 105, my baby mama taking at least 25.
You know what? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the reason why I'd rather give her the $700 a month.
Start selling drugs to get that back.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing. I'd be like, look, I wanna walk in the light, but it's hard. All I see is shadows.
It's hard out here for
It's hard. It's hard. It's fast money, so easy. We proud, you know, like I was proud of Charlie. I was proud of myself. We didn't really fall into the, you know, when they was giving out the loans, the PPP loans. Like,
fucked up. I should have took one.
No.
They let niggas off the hook. What kind of shit is that?
Like, look, it's 10 years. Ain't no statute of limitation on the government.
Man, they say they let niggas go.
They letting them go today.
It was too easy for us.
Yeah, they letting them go today. Shit, 5 years from now, you know, you doing good. You getting a knock on the door. The letter in your mailbox.
Yeah,
like
they knew what they was doing. They wanted to see, and they knew us minorities, us black folks were going to be the first to jump on to something like that.
I read a statistic about how there is only like 7 to 10% of black-owned businesses, and we got 14% of the small business loans. Like, you know, we got more business loans than there is black businesses. Legitimate,
right.
like paying business taxes.
Guy in need at that moment, and they like, you're not gonna actually make a business out of it. It's like, for what? I just needed my rent paid and my lights cut back on.
Yeah, and that was caught hard. We was here in the Bay Area. There was stories of this one chick that I kind of know through somebody. She got like 100,000. She ran her kids, and they took them kids away. Her mama, her co-defendant. And she got 100-something thousand, 130, 140 grand. And they just kept ran the kids, lost the kids in the system now. But she do got some nice photos of them in some Gucci.
Private.
Right, it was a beautiful photo op moment.
It was, you know, I mean, it's bad.
They don't make Gucci pinstripes, but
man, you know, but she still got the socks, man.
Not up in there.
That's
man. Collateral, nigga.
She got the little gibbets. In her.
That's collateral, man.
So
unless it's tatted blood, she ain't keeping it. I'll tell you that right now. It's bad. She got the Gucci symbol tatted on her blood. She not keeping it,
man. And it'd be rough. She rough, man. She was like, we got chicks out here, you know, they was studying with the PPP loan getting robbed. Like, robbed on the street.
Buying big chains and shit.
Getting shot and robbed.
Right.
Niggas
flashy stuff in the hood.
Niggas in my hood had a fucking money party. They lined up hella hundreds down on the curb, hella far down and shit. I said, these niggas, right. Everybody out there got peas and shit.
Yep.
And I was not over there. Because I'm like, you niggas is about to get popped at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all on the gram, giving them locations with all this bullshit. Everybody got $20,000 chains on. I'm like, damn.
Lamborghini.
Make me want to do something, but you know, I just want to do the straight path. You know, so
I thought about
stick to the podcast and just.
I thought about just going ahead and taking it and buying some bonds. You know, some governmental bonds. Because look, this is how I think about money. I'm like, okay, if it's a large sum of money, I want the interest off of it. I want to do how white folk make money. How white folk make money, they get a large pot of money, they just live off the interest off of the money. That's what I want to do.
And that's how you do it. You rinse it, right?
Right. You got to wash it. You got to wash it. You got to get it to the thing. I seen a lot of business opportunities. Like, there was a lot of businesses wanted to get in on the individual PPP loan. I know a few businesses that was like, you give me 5 in a year, I give you 7. You know, back 7, 8, but that's 5 that you didn't have nothing, and it just rolled back to you, you know, because they needed to have that flow of income right then and there. So it was like small opportunities like that, but you know, I was like, nah, let me not, because I know the government, and the government always come back and get their fucking money.
Oh,
so
yeah, they're coming for that section first.
Oh yeah, they gonna. I said no black person that took that damn money, that didn't have a legitimate reason, ain't gonna get no tax return for a decade.
Yeah, like look, I got a friend right now. He stayed right around the corner from my grandmother. Right, this motherfucker did that shit. This nigga on SSI, he was getting EDD, unemployment. Ain't had no job since I known the nigga. Right, and I'm like, I told him, I said, hey, but you think they're not gonna come for you? I ain't worried about it. I was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just let you know, bud.
They will garnish all that.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, hey, man, I just seen on the news where they say they started to put people in jail, blood. You still think they ain't coming for you, blood?
They really coming for niggas? Yeah.
They have a list, like, on my social media account, people from my city was, like, putting the list out of everything. Somebody got a hold of this, like, black list of, like, people that had the PPP loans and they fictitious businesses that they had to create it, and was like, y'all stupid. Like, these businesses don't exist, and they're going to figure this out.
I said, all they had to do is look at the taxes.
They was hit.
I said, look at the business tax. I said, because that's what I'm trying to set up for for our podcast as an LLC, so we can start writing off some of the expenses. And I was looking at how to set it up and everything, and I'm like, okay, you got to have a tax ID, business tax ID for what you want to do.
Which is your EIN.
Yeah,
once you get the LLC.
And that's what I really wanted to talk to you about, because I know that now that we know that this is your regular business, I know you have a business and how you doing it and writing off the taxes and your expenses and things, because right now it's just coming out of our pocket, and that's a situation where I've been looking at a lot of other people, a lot of other podcasts, and they're doing this same deal so we could get some kind of tax, because we want to get into partially like a few blogs, like, a few vlogs, like use the spaces that we already currently paying for to, get into, just to recoup some of our expenditures. But it is serious. Like we trying to make it happen. We really is trying to make it happen, and make it happen so we can go ahead and, we want to help other people, that want to get into it as well around us. Have different, things. We just want to expand the platform.
I support this 100%, because that's my mission. That's my whole purpose of creating Who They Want Entertainment LLC, is to become that. Like, you come to me, we discuss a set monthly membership fee, and then I do all the technical stuff that you don't want to do. Like, all you have to do is pick a studio session and book a date, do your recordings, and then tell me how you want it to be released. Like, I'm running mine like I would run a record company through podcast style.
Absolutely, and that's where I see, because I have a lot of, I see a lot of potential in a few other people, but they either their 9 to 5s is too stringent, and they're not consistent, and the product is not consistent, but they do have some. Some fervor. They do have some things, because we got a few other, we got to interchange out a few other characters, but we do have we have a third person that we have like a panel, because there's these guys out in New York, they're on a podcast, they're called, but they do like relationship stuff, and the Daily Wrap Up, I think it's called. I think it's called a Daily Wrap Up, but I watched them from when they had, nothing, not nothing but lower followers, and they've been blowing up and stuff like that. And I see the production value, and that's what I realize, is that the production value is really where it's at, because it's a good product. If you have a good dynamic, you can put out that product, but it's got to be packaged right, So, hello? Did it go?
Well, it's doable. It's doable. Like I say, after we, do this show, just let me, we'll link up, set up a business meeting, and let's see what we can do.
Absolutely. The show, the show's gonna be. I'm really in. I really want to know what it's gonna. I'm really anticipating a good show and a good back and forth. And how do you decide who you bring on? For particular topics, or you just have
I take my method would be, I would take a particular day of the week and then kind of just match some sort of theme to it. Like, I have Who They Want Wednesdays, and that's kind of my day of interviewing guests, and either it's going to be entrepreneur, whatever their particular background around is. That's what my Who They Want portion will be, and the conversation will be based on that. And then if you're gonna be inspiration to young who wants to get in that same field, you give them, your tips of the trade of, if I want to be, say a film director, what would you advise me on? It's all about conversation. It's about just matching energy.
Yeah, we had this. I was thinking about doing the same thing, because we did a session. We should have recorded our first session, but it was called Midday Madness. So, Yeah, we had Midday Madness. So it's we film it in the midday. right? Because usually most of our podcasts is filmed at night. But we wanted to do like something like Midday Madness is like where we would get together, like, you know, all the three of us in the podcast and go ahead and go do, you know, just talk about the funny. It's only gonna be funny. That's why it's called Midday Madness, because it's just complete madness, you know. But it's structured to the point where, you know, we talk about we just post up on a corner and just see. You know, just see an active corner and just see we just talking shit about what's going on in our personal life and what's going on. Like, you know, it's mostly about women.
Whatever, this nigga.
It's mostly about women.
That's your problem in life. Damn, bud.
I mean, it's not
mostly
you know
about women. That's all he want to talk about.
But we got dynamic. I like where it can go.
Yeah,
he's funny. Mostly about women.
But we talk about, you know, like being, you know, becoming fathers too.
Who?
You know, well, me and Will Davis.
I ain't having no baby.
I mean, but you might.
Well, who?
You gonna have sister wives. You gonna have multiple babies. Spread that chocolate seed, blood. I don't make that shit like you got, man.
I'm not doing all that.
You close to the root, blood.
Man, check this out. Get out of here.
You know what I'm saying? You that dark, man.
I don't care.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, you look, everything.
It ain't nobody had no babies with out here. I can't find one, so you know what I'm saying? It's over.
Shit.
I'm done with that.
It ain't over till you're 70.
I just buy PlayStations for other people's kids. That's just what I do, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's son to get lucky.
Somebody's son to get lucky. You know you got a stepson.
I ain't got no stepson.
Yeah, you do.
I don't do none of that.
You know you got a stepson, man.
Right, we all know.
I care about all humans, okay? So it has nothing to do with
He be standing up for you. He said, why you treat Charlie like that?
Whatever, bro. Just go with that.
But yeah, it's just inspiration, because like my biggest fear is just like, because I have a daughter. My biggest fear is just like, what kind of man is she gonna have in, you know, when she's dating, right? Because I'm already to the point where I'm gonna have to raise at least half of her boyfriends, if not more. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to be like, look here. I'm gonna be like, look, man. They gonna be like, your dad's awesome. They gonna be like, look here, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna teach you about women.
What?
Yeah, because they ain't gonna have no daddy.
You ain't ready for what I did.
Yeah, you ain't got no. They ain't gonna have no daddies. Yeah.
They ain't gonna have no daddy.
I mean, they not. There are 7 kids, 7 little black boys in my daughter's class that when I went to the parent-teacher conference and everything, they say, you know, your mother, they don't even know they daddies. And I felt bad. I felt it was something, not even
Did
just
you
bad.
feel bad enough to adopt them?
How am I adopt them?
As stepkids?
They got mamas.
But you could be their stepdaddies, though.
What you mean,
Save them,
stepdaddy?
blood. Save them. You feel bad. You step in. Ain't that right, Steppy?
Exactly. Like you. Look.
I don't feel bad for 7 little boys,
It's not
but
about trying to be that person that's
exactly
missing,
what you
but
do.
it's to make up for that part.
That's right. So you step the fuck in and bring some cupcakes or something.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna be a pal coach. How about that, man? I'm gonna be a pal coach, man.
Maybe you can get in one of the mamas, blood.
Man, I don't want none of them. None of them. You know what I'm saying? Because they done chased off the one daddy. You know what I'm saying? Already, I don't know. I just was just like, and they just gravitated towards me. They was just like, you know, because I have that draw with children. You know, children just, you know, whether it be little boys, little girls, they just gravitate towards me because I bring that daddy energy.
They run up and say, Papa,
Papa, Papa. I'm not your daddy, boy. But you know, what you think about what's going on with, speaking of daddies, what you think about what's going on with 50 Cent and his son?
I mean, on the media level, it's too extra. It's too much. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, he's a businessman, and, you know, whatever his estranged relationship is, they need to work out. I think once the media steps in front of it, it paints this bad narrative, and it makes you look like we gotta hate 50 Cent now, right? Because he's at this plateau of success in his life, and it's becoming a trend now, right? Because once you get to a certain branch and you create more success, like, we didn't hear nothing about this son come up during the Get Rich or Die Trying era. We didn't know nothing about him when he was trying to rob Jay-Z And
He was there. He was there in the 50 Cent. He was there in the Get Rich or Die Trying era. He was in the video. He was in the video, the Wankster video, holding the Ja Rule doll.
He was in the
That was his son.
Yeah, he was in the Wankster video.
Yeah.
But the problem I see is that
They said he wasn't doing shit for it in.
Yeah, I think it's too. Well, 50 said he put all the money in the account and it disperses every month. This is what the state. So taking care of his responsibilities is not the issue financially. The problem is that I believe that it's more of an emotional disconnect.
Because you're not there.
You can give me all the money in the world, still doesn't make up the fact that you're still an absentee dad. Like,
absolutely. Like, but look, I look at it like this. Look at Diddy's kids. Diddy's kids is estranged from him right now too.
That nigga with Kodak making that song.
Yeah. Diddy's kids is estranged from him too. But he's keeping it more quiet.
Until their mom died, and then it was kind of like, oh, now maybe you see them come to the forefront here and there. But yeah, I agree.
I think it's a big epidemic, especially with celebrity black fathers. Because look at Lawrence Fishburne, and like I could go down the list, of black fathers that have issues with their kids, and it's just like
it's the money.
But that's the thing. Most of the black fathers that are wealthy that are doing it, they are paying their children. They are paying them to love them. You know, like they are paying for the child's love. And 50 just is the first one that says, I'm not going to fucking do it.
Eddie syndrome was like, you thought you was getting it.
Yeah, this motherfucker said, he said about $7,000 a month. I said, motherfucker, he giving you more than I'm making it right now, a year.
Right.
I said, shit. I said, you know what? I'll be 50, son. Shit,
that's a nice apartment.
That's a
nice apartment, and to sit back and do nothing with a nice car, and we had to pay all your bills. And
but then his
stacks.
But like what 50 just released on one, and he was with what's the guy off of TMZ, the black guy.
With the dreads?
Yeah, no, not the one with the dreads, the younger one.
Oh, the one that be talking about? Yeah. I don't know his name.
I don't remember his name either, but he had a little, a live session with him, and he said, his mom really, is toxic because he said about a situation that she was like, he was like, the son told his mom, I want the new Jordan. She says, okay, I'll get them for you, but you should have all of them. Like, that's a toxic mentality for the situation. Like your daddy should, basically she was saying your daddy should have you having all of them because he can afford it, right? And that's a problem. I think it is for a lot of black men. Like, if you can't, you have to be able to give something to your child that they can take that's not of monetary value.
Where the fuck she work at?
She don't work.
Oh, that's the problem.
Yeah, the fuck.
Right. Look what Rick Ross did with his child. Like, Rick Ross gave his child an actual restaurant, one of his wing stops.
Oh, exactly. And as he should have. That was a business.
I'm going to create this generational wealth by, handing you a business that you're responsible for.
Exactly.
You fuck it up, then that's your future money gone.
Yep. But no, he's training them. He's training the... See, that's the thing. I don't think, like, for me, it was more so like, I think we have this problem in the black community that's like... the reason why we don't have generational wealth is because every generation feels like the one that comes after them has to go through that struggle and strife and that gauntlet of fire. Because I didn't have my parents tell me, you got to earn it like we earned it. I said, what the fuck does that mean? I said, what are you talking about?
What did you earn it for?
Well, you turned the wealth into the curse, right?
Right.
Now you have to relive these moments.
Like, you're going to... Yeah, it's crazy. I said, I know, like, a lot of my white friends... they parents is just like, you know what? They make a phone call. Like when I went to college in New York, they had like, I'd probably say at least 30% of the entire school. I worked in admissions, and I used to get the bios for all the new coming freshmen. I got so many kids that was coming in there telling me like, look, I just need a degree because I already know where I'm going to be at. I just need to be able to have the degree to be able to be able to command a level of authority. Because I'm going into my parents' business. I'm going to take over their business. It's already making X, Y, and Z. Like, these kids were they had already been structured. Their father works in the diamond district. They're going to become a diamond dealer. Say like, it's like But with us, it's like, oh, you know, shit, you gonna have to start from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? You're like bootstraps, you got to earn some bootstraps before you can pull them up. Like, damn, like, what's wrong with this? Like, it's
right. That's our nature, right? We're gonna put you in the mud and watch you waddle, watch you suffer, watch you, knowing at any moment we could get you off, dry clean you, whatever, and then hand you that. But they'll be like, what's the point? You didn't learn nothing. Like, you don't know what it's like. Like, we want you to feel the whole complete scenario of struggle. Don't just say you're struggling. Like, I want you to feel it.
And that's the problem, is that when you, it's basically you telling people, you're like, hey, in the black community, the people are like, oh, well, you know, I feel like even if you black and you've been in jail your whole life, because you can't be like, damn, I can't wait to get out of this house. I know white folks that be like, damn, I hope they never kick me the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But like, I was like, damn, I can't wait to get out on my own, and this and that and other. And then, you know, you so, and you know, independent, and that's how I think it translates to a lot of our women too, is that they want to be so independent. Like, I don't need no man. Like, girl, you need a fucking hug. Like, I just want to go back to the 1960s and 70s when somebody would just rub my back and say, baby, it's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Give me that big mama love. Like, baby, it's gonna be all right. Like, damn, baby, you know what I'm saying? We can make it with just ramen noodles and a bus pass. You know what I'm saying? If we got it like that. But it's just like, you know, I had a chick the other day tell me that she, you know, I gave her my title of what I do, and she was like, look down her nose at me. And so I was like, you know what? Send me your W-2. I prove it to you right now. I make 2 to 3 times what you make. And she sent me a W-2 of some $29,000 fucking dollars. I said, are you out of your mind? I sent her my W-2. It said $87,900. And I was like, this is what I do. This is what you do. She was like, oh, well, you know, where we going out to eat? I said, you fuck that up. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Right, because I instantly,
wealth in me.
Yeah, right. Because you didn't even see how this is. I told you I was at my job for 10 years. I told you that this is a situation. I even told you I live on my own by those categorizations by myself. I said, and the cars and the shit like that. I said, I let you in on those things. I said, see, I could evaluate you as soon as I seen what you know, how you were speaking about money. I knew that you were broke. I knew that you weren't living like you saw, you know, not broke, but I knew that you weren't, like your mindset. She was like, oh, I'm saving for a bag. I said, you saving for something to put something in?
That's the influence now. That's Cardi B's influence and these Twitter influences. If she ain't got a Birkin bag, you don't need her.
Yeah, and then they said, oh, Cardi said something else. If he broke, don't give him no pussy. I'm like, well, then you gonna be dry. Cause I mean, pretty much everything. And I even had to tell, you know, a bunch of women, I'm like, okay, if you're a black man in America, the average black man in America make about $55,000 a year.
Right.
I said, so if you're talking about, you get into the high percentages when you start touching like 80, 90, $100,000. I said, it ain't a lot of black men that's touching $100,000 a year or even close to it, 70,000. 80,000.
We're going to give up by that time because you don't see that longevity, right? So the plan is, like you said, to retire, let's just say, by like 45, 50. And you think you would have that. But then it's like, you get to 35 and you nowhere near. It's like, why keep pushing for it? I don't want it anymore.
Right. And that's crazy. It's just like, because those are the households that really, because if we look at, you know, I look at, you know, comparison to, at least in this country, there's 3 comparisons: the you know, the cohesiveness of the family of the Asian and the Latino, right? Right. Those 2 right there, then them motherfuckers could live 50 in one house. Can you imagine 50 black folk in one family in one house? Somebody getting shot, somebody getting hit, somebody getting this whoopings every day. Ain't gonna be shit in the refrigerator because everybody gonna be like stealing it, you know, name or not. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's wild, you know what I'm saying? Who got the lights on, who done left the lights on, somebody getting hit, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be dysfunction. But like, you see these people and they like all get together, even the Indians, they'll stay in an apartment together for like 2-3 years and then, you know, go ahead and, you know, it'd be 3 families in there and then they move out and, you know, each family, they buy one house and then somebody use the equity out of that house to buy another house or a business.
They know how to unify. They know how to gentrify.
Yeah, they have that about them. It's just that our biggest problem is unity. I don't ever think that we could ever have another 1 million man march. Because somebody gonna be from the west side and somebody gonna be from the east. And
that draws, it became division amongst ourselves now, right?
Right.
It kills that now, because you're right, it becomes West Coast, East Coast, the South, the Southern border. Like, ain't nobody gonna want to come and be in the middle. They're gonna be like, for what?
Mm-hmm. I can't
deal with him, he's from New York. I can't deal with them, they're from California.
Exactly.
I can't deal with them, they from Texas.
And what we ask for from our political leaders is another thing, too. I'm like, look, I don't care who you with, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian. I don't give a shit. If you black, I fuck with you.
Yeah,
I said, you know what I'm
100%.
saying? Yeah, absolutely. Because let me tell you something. What the Democrat won't do, the black Democrat won't do, the black Republican will. Okay? And I'm about getting some shit done. I'm about getting it done because we too far behind in the goddamn race to be like, I ain't fucking with him. What? You know what I'm saying? Like I may not agree with him politically, but I need to fuck with him because at the end of the day, if we two black faces in this white room, the fuck we talking about here?
Right. Like you take away, the fame behind the suit and tie and just look at what is his credentials, what is he bringing to the table? Exactly. That separates why I made my decision. It was like, even look at when Trump was going and then Kanye West threw his name in the ballot. And he figured, I'm Kanye West. I'm, this mega star, producer, rapper. That was going to tie me in. And he had some votes. True enough, he had some votes.
He had my vote.
He had my vote, too.
I went for Kanye.
I did. I went
to see if he was going to win.
No, I went for Kanye just because I know I'm going to get the authentic shit. Like, he gonna say whatever. He gonna say the shit that people don't want to say.
What he is now, right? We're making him crazy at now.
Hey, he making.
I don't think he crazy. Look. I don't think he crazy. I just think that he's telling the uncomfortable truths. The uncomfortable truth is that it's people in this world that will manipulate you. And they'll say you crazy. They said Martin was crazy. They said Malcolm was crazy. They said Huey.
All the geniuses of this world have some sort of slander by their name.
Absolutely. But
Albert Einstein, the most smartest man, he was crazy, right?
Hell, even Aristotle, Plato, all of them. They was like, you crazy.
Now they're crazy. They're out of their mind because they make the most human sense.
Right.
They're not into the world. They're not into social media and the whole movement. They're into what's right.
And a lot of people don't want to do that. That's why I feel like a lot of people, see, this is the thing. A truth can be uncomfortable, but you just you have to adjust yourself to be comfortable with it. It's not to say that you have to embrace it as whole hard fact and dive into it. You just have to be like, okay, this is an uncomfortable truth. So we either you're going to have to deal with it on some level. Like I told a girl that we work with that we know that she ain't never gonna have no husband or get no ring to her face. And she was like, I don't want no ring. I said, good, because you never gonna get one. You know what I'm saying? You telling me you got 5 niggas, but you can't none of them do for you.
You're not wife material.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be nobody wife. I said, she was like, I don't want to be nobody wife. I said, oh, okay. I said, but so what is you gaining? This world is not set up for single old women. Trust me. I know. I got a few in my family. And it's not meant for them because then who gonna take care of them? They can't, who's gonna take care of this aging population of single independent women? Because when you can't work no more, what you gonna do? Your cats? You gonna die alone in your cat. With your cats.
With your cats.
Look, man, I had an auntie.
They all got dogs now.
I had an auntie who had a best friend. This woman had all the shit. She had all the, the success in her career and all of that shit. This woman took 5 days. 5 days she was dead. And nobody knew shit. Because she ain't had no kids and and the only reason why they knew is because the cats was getting out. One cat went through the window and they start smelling the dead body through the window the cat came out of. So the cat was like, I'm out this motherfucker.
We are done.
But it's disheartening because we don't see it like like if I see another, this upcoming summer can't be no city girl summer. It can't be no shit like that. Like I want to create a finishing school for young women.
What?
Yeah.
You training?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I may not be, but you know what I'm saying. It's something that's got. No, my mama gonna run it.
Okay.
Yeah, mama gonna run
it. Oh my God.
Yeah, she gonna teach them.
Look, DJ Steady. Look, man. It was nice talking to you. I appreciate you jumping on the show. I don't want to hold up too much of your time because I gotta go to sleep anyway. I gotta go to work. But anyway, yeah. But I appreciate you coming on the show.
We do appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? And it's very enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate that. And I'm gonna see you tomorrow, right? 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well, 5 o'clock my time. Wait, 5 o'clock your time, right?
Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Text me, let me know.
Yeah. I got you.
On.
All right, gang.
All right,
man. You enjoy yourself, man.
enjoy it.
You too.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's your boy, Charlie Dro from Chronicles of the Whip. If you ever wanted to start a podcast, Anchor is the way to do it. Download the Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's real easy. There's plenty of creation tools for you to get started so you can chop up your stuff. You can import music. You can take voicemails from people. People can donate. You can get paid. You know what I'm saying? So I suggest that you should start doing it today if you're really interested in getting the podcast. That's download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Download it today. Don't wait till you old and gray. It's your boy, Charlie Dro, Chronicles of the Whip. That concludes this episode of Chronicles of the Whip. What I really want from you guys is some feedback, okay? That's what I really need. I need some feedback. I need to know, am I wasting my time doing this or should I keep pressing on? Do I really got something here? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? You can hit me up on Instagram, at Charlie_DRO_ENT. My profile is public. You know what I'm saying? You can hit me up on Facebook, Charlie Dro. You'll see it. You'll see me. You know what I'm saying? The blackest guy up there. You know what I'm saying? Give me some feedback. You know what I'm saying? Hope you enjoyed this episode of Chronicles of the Whip.